Listen, some of the smartest people in the world will never be successful. Not because they lack talent, not because they lack ideas, but because they suffer from something more dangerous than laziness, a hidden addiction that quietly destroys their future. And if you're a smart person, there's a high chance you have it. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why average people win and why intelligent people stay stuck. You've seen it before. That one friend, brilliant, always had the best grades, always had the best advice, always knew what to do, but never did anything. Meanwhile, the guy that wasn't even serious in school is now making money. He started a business. He's traveling. He's building a brand. And you're sitting there wondering, how is this possible? How can someone who is less intelligent be ahead? Here's the truth. The world doesn't reward intelligence. The world rewards action. And this is where smart people lose. Being smart is a gift, but it's also a curse. Because smart people don't just see opportunity, they see danger. They don't just imagine success, they imagine failure. They don't just think about the reward, they calculate the risk. So when a normal person says, "I'm going to start," they start. But when a smart person says, "I'm going to start," their brain opens 500 tabs. What if I fail? What if the market is saturated? What if I'm not good enough? What if I embarrass myself? What if people laugh? And before they even take step one, they're exhausted. That's why smart people don't struggle with effort. They struggle with thinking. But let me tell you something that will shock you. Smart people don't procrastinate because they are lazy. They procrastinate because they are afraid. Not afraid of failure. They are afraid of one thing: looking stupid. Because when you've been called smart your whole life, failure feels like identity death. It feels like you're losing who you are. So you delay, you plan, you research, you tell yourself, "I'm just preparing." But deep down, you're not preparing. You're hiding. And in a moment, I'll explain the most dangerous form of hiding, the one that looks like productivity. It's called research addiction. Smart people love research because research feels safe. It feels like progress. It feels like you're moving without taking risk. So you watch videos: how to start a business, how to invest, how to build confidence, how to start YouTube, how to make money online. And the more you learn, the more you feel like you're doing something. But the truth is, research is sometimes just fear in a suit. It's procrastination wearing glasses, because there's always another video, always another strategy, always another better way. And smart people fall into a loop. They consume knowledge, but they never produce results. And this is where their life starts to collapse. Let me say something harsh. Perfectionism is not a high standard. Perfectionism is fear. It's fear of judgment, fear of rejection, fear of being criticized. And smart people are perfectionists. They want everything to be right. They want the perfect plan, the perfect logo, the perfect strategy, the perfect timing, the perfect equipment, the perfect conditions. But perfection is the biggest scam, because perfection is a moving target. You will never feel ready. And if you wait for everything to be perfect, you will wait forever. That's why smart people don't fail because they are not capable. They fail because they are waiting for permission that will never come. And here is the most dangerous habit. Smart people use motivation as entertainment. They listen to motivational speeches every day. They read books. They highlight quotes. They save posts. They feel inspired for 10 minutes. Then they go back to their normal life. And slowly, they become addicted to the feeling of inspiration without the discomfort of execution. They confuse feeling motivated with being productive. But motivation without action is self-destruction. Because every time you learn something and don't use it, you lose trust in yourself. And when you lose trust in yourself, you start doubting everything. That's when smart people become stuck for years. Now here's the painful part. Average people don't have all the knowledge, But they have something smarter than intelligence. They have speed. They take action quickly. They start before they are ready. They post the video even if it's not perfect. They launch the business even if they don't know everything. They learn on the road. And because they start, they get feedback. They get experience. They improve. And suddenly, they become unstoppable. Because confidence is not something you think your way into. Confidence is something you build through evidence, through action. That's why average people often become successful. Not because they are better, but because they are willing to move while uncertain. So let me ask you a question. How many ideas have you had that died in your head? How many businesses have you planned but never launched? How many skills have you wanted to learn but never started? How many dreams have you postponed because you wanted to get ready first? Be honest, because time doesn't care about your intelligence. Time doesn't care about your potential. Time is moving. And while you're researching, someone less smart is building the life you wanted. Now here's the solution. And it's simple, but it will offend your ego. Stop trying to be the smartest person. Start trying to be the most consistent person. Because consistency beats intelligence. Consistency beats talent. Consistency beats motivation. If you take action every day, even imperfect action, you will eventually become dangerous. Start messy. Start small. Start scared. But start. Because the first version will be ugly. And that's normal. Nobody becomes great on their first attempt. The people you admire became great because they were willing to look foolish at the beginning. And here's the final truth. The world does not reward potential. It rewards execution. It rewards action. So if you're smart, prove it. Not by thinking more, not by researching more, but by doing more. Because years from now, you don't want to be that person who says, I had the talent, I had the ideas, I had the knowledge, but I never started. Don't die on potential. Start today. And if you want more videos like this on business, finance, and mindset, subscribe, because the next video might be